During the final weeks of pregnancy, many women will experience contractions. Sometimes for a couple of hours, but eventually they wear off. But when labour really starts, the contractions will become regular and increase in intensity and frequency.
I went to the cafe, ordered some lunch, but I really didn't feel that hungry. But I thought, oh, I need to eat something to keep my strength up, so I'd have a sandwich and a cup of tea. And while it was a very small little cafe, and when we initially went in, there was nobody there. But by the time we were about to leave, it was full. And in the meantime, I had been contracting the whole way through and having to just stop what I was doing and bend over on the table and breathe. There was quite a number of eyes on us, wondering what the hell was going on.
Initially, the contractions may feel more like period pains. This helps the cervix to thin, and as it does so, it's gradually pulled up over the baby's head.
And despite the fact we're 2 minutes apart and lasted 35, here we go.
That gave me
She's still doing her makeup.
Concealer on and lipstick. Oh, this really hurts.
And there was a young waitress who just happened to come when I was having a contraction, and she said, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And Val said, "It's okay. She's in labour." And the poor girl's face just dropped. But she thought I was going to have the baby there and then.
I thought I'd better time these contractions because isn't that what everybody does in the movies? So I started doing that, and they were sort of 5 minutes, then 8 minutes, then 5 minutes. So I thought, oh, fuck this, you know, I'm going to go and do the hoovering. So I did the hoovering.
It really is like climbing a hill, isn't it? It's like you really fight to get to the top, and then when you're there, you're really knackered, and then you come down the other side and it's really great.
The first stage of labour is set to take place from the onset of regular contractions and increasing cervical dilatation until there's no cervix to be felt on internal examination. During this time, the baby's head will descend further into the pelvis.
And I went to my mum's on the Thursday night whilst I was having the contractions. I didn't want her to know because otherwise she would have got a bit, panicky. So I just sort of breezed through them. And I was up all Thursday night. I was phoning the hospital saying, okay, well, now they're 4 minutes apart and they're lasting between 30 and 40 seconds out. Right, just have a bath. I think I had about 3 baths Thursday night.
I poured myself a glass of wine. Didn't drink any of it. I think I had a couple of sips, but, I drank some of it.
There's no specific timeline for the first stage of labour. In some women, it may be very short, as little as 20 minutes, and for others, it can continue for several days.
Just sort of started getting things ready, made sure that, I had some cake in the kitchen that I'd baked, and because there were going to be quite a few people there. There was going to be my doula, obviously the midwives. There was somebody filming it, there was Mark, there was both of my parents in the end came along as well.
It's more likely that women who've had previous babies will have a shorter first stage, but that's not always guaranteed. When dilatation of the cervix gets to about 8 or 9 centimetres, the woman experiences what is known as transition. This can be a very tiring time for her as the contractions are very strong, and yet she's not ready yet to push her baby out.
And then I just thought, you have to give in to the pain because I think your natural reaction is to fight pain, is to get through it, but you have to actually relax and let it happen to you. And something just clicked, and I just thought, I want to get in the bath, and I ran a warm bath, and I spent almost all of my labour on my own, kept topping up the warm water, and I had various blow-up pillows, so I could just lay down in between. And then when a contraction came, I just bent over the bath and just spent the whole time in there being completely silent. And I just thought, I really didn't want to go to hospital. So I thought, you don't know what stage you're at, you don't know what level of pain you're at, you just have to keep coping.
Finally, her cervix has dilated to a full 10 centimetres, and she can then start to birth her baby. This is the second stage of labour.